What's going on, YouTube? My name is Skill37, and today's video I want to talk about the Division Beta, which I played on PC. So, admittedly, I'm one of those that I'm not really keeping up with the Division too much because my faith for Ubisoft is kind of like it's just weird right now because Ubisoft back in the day, to me, was a better company, and similar to how EA milks Battlefield, out of nowhere, Assassin's Creed became a yearly fucking thing. And then the spin-offs started happening. And then we got that really crazy like teasers for a game called Watch Dogs. And years later when we get the game, it's nothing like the trailers or the teasers. The game looks like shit compared to what we were shown. I'm not saying that the game was a complete flop, but it truly wasn't what we were showed, to the point where people hacked the game on PC and unlocked certain files to unlock the game's full potential because whatever, it made no fucking sense to the community. So, flash forward, we got this whole Division thing coming out, we got this influx of co-op games, and everyone's okay, we're not going to get overly excited because of Ubisoft's past, with what they've been up to, the bullshit they've been doing, these fucking dumbass tactics with their trailers not matching the actual final product. And that annoys people, dude. And people's faith in new companies starts to diminish. So I didn't keep with the Division at all. So come beta time, I didn't even realize that the beta was actually, happening, right? I completely fucking forgot. And I noticed everyone on Facebook, oh, the Division beta's out, I'm playing it. And I went on my Facebook, I requested, someone hooked me up with a beta code. And an old Final Fantasy 14 friend of mine, James Richardson, aka Rig, hooked me up with a key to download the game. A day later, Ubisoft sent me my code, and I'm playing this game, and it's a mixture of fucking shocked, I'm pleased, I'm satisfied, and then when the beta's over, I'm like, damn it, man, I really wanted to keep playing this beta. So with this video, I'm hoping to actually help shed some light on my experience and kind of talk about how the beta itself has helped, in a sense, redeem Ubisoft in my eyes, not just as a gamer, but as a consumer. And with this beta, you see, a beta is a beta. You're testing the game out, but you're also getting a feel for what the final product will be. Betas are not alphas. The beta is not going to change drastically to the point where it's a completely different game. What betas are for stress testing, looking for glitches in the environment, stability checks, little things that can be improved in a couple months for the final product. Okay, when a game's in alpha, a game could be in alpha a year or two away from release date. The game could be changed drastically. When the game's in beta, it's not going to be changed to the point where it's like mind-boggling. And what I'm here to just get out the way, if you want to just cut through the whole video, is that this beta was fucking awesome. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal because the only issue that I actually had with the beta is a couple glitches. That was it. A couple graphical glitches, and that was actually it. A beta with just a couple of graphical glitches that hindered my experience for 30 seconds, and I was able to fix said fuck up with simply warping out my character's location to a different part of the map, or I attempted to kill myself. And I was like, wow, for a beta, this is great. And it's also great because we were in an era where a lot of games are built specifically on console and ported to PC, right? And the game, I'm playing a beta on PC, and it runs wonderfully. Wonderfully. And this is such a good sign for me as a consumer. And another thing I want to get out the way is the way the game looked and felt. The game not only looked like the fucking trailers, it played like the trailer. I was like, wow, like this game really, really looks fantastic. Okay, I'm still running the NVIDIA 690. Okay, I got my 27-inch screen. I have an HP 2711X. It's 60 hertz refresh, 1080p, simple. I got the NVIDIA 690. It runs the game wonderfully with VSync on auto and everything in high settings. Not ultra. I can run ultra, but the frame starts dipping into the 50s and 40s. I run on high, everything high, shadows and everything, and it's a lock 60 with the occasional dip only when the game's just loading textures and shit like that. Never when I'm actually, whilst in combat, the most important time where the frame needs to stay intact. This is great for an open world game. So I want to talk about my experience with the beta and what I came to appreciate with the game. So first things first, I did not follow the Division at all. I know nothing about the Division because, like I said, my little story earlier, just lost kind of a lot of faith in Ubisoft. So I'm playing the beta. I loaded it up, and the first thing, I get to my character creation screen, and you can't really do nothing with the character creator. All you can really do is hit randomize. You get a bunch of faces. There's like 3 Asian faces. 3 to 4 white faces, a couple black faces with different beards and hairstyles. I met a fucking Caucasian guy, whatever. And game loads up. I'm in a fucking helicopter. This Chinese bitch with a fucked up eyes telling me that I need to wake up, that I need to get back into the fight. And I'm thrown into New York City. And I'm in my very first base of operations. And that's pretty much it. I'm noticing that immediately the character is obviously a silent protagonist. And the character basically supposed to represent the player. He doesn't talk at all, which I actually like. I love silent protagonists. I love silent protagonists if they're done right. A silent protagonist can actually have a personality without speaking. And that's not something a lot of developers can pull off. It's pulled off very well in the East franchise. It's pulled off very well in the Zelda franchise, where Link clearly has a personality, just doesn't talk. But, immediately I changed my settings a little bit, and I put the game on high. The game is on auto. The game can pick up my graphical settings on my PC on auto, and put everything on high with VSync on auto. And lock 60 frames, the game looks phenomenal. I'm looking at the textures, I'm looking at the environment, the debris, and the first thing I really truly say to myself is, wow, this game really looks very nice. Like, I just like the way it looks. I'm just, okay, I'm messing with the camera, I'm playing with the controls. The game's default key bindings are retarded as shit, and I highly suggest, if you get this game on PC, to make your cover button C and your vault weapon spacebar, because for whatever reason it's on a bunch of other buttons that don't make no fucking sense. So, playing the game, I'm going through the initial base. I'm noticing your friendly AI seems to be a mixture of civilians and what appears to be soldiers, and what also appears to be people recruited off the streets given weaponry. I'm like, okay, I don't know nothing about the Division at all. Hopefully, as I'm playing through this beta, I get an understanding of what the Division truly is. And what I gathered at the end of the beta is that there's been some kind of outbreak in New York City, and no help is coming. And the Division, which I came to an understanding to be a kind of militia doing the government's fucking dirty work for them to relatively take back and save New York City. And I love this concept because it reminds me heavily of a game on PSP called Freedom Fighters. And granted, Freedom Fighters has really nothing to do with what the Division has to do. Freedom Fighters, similar concept. The civilians, or what's left, become freedom fighters to take on, Germany's superpower fucking Nazi army and shit like that. And I noticed this immediately. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm playing as an average Joe. This is fucking awesome. We're going to take back New York City. I like this concept. So I'm going through the introduction. The base of operation is your typical base of operation. You got the different AI NPCs. So you different equipment. The Division is an RPG. It's a third-person RPG. I go out to the world, and they don't really explain nothing to me. You just kind of throw it out into the world. I open up my map. Map feels a little confusing at first. It took me about 5 minutes to understand what I was truly looking at. And I realized, okay, it's an open world game, and you got your main mission, your side missions. You can click on any mission you want. The game kind of holds your hand with a GPS, which can be turned on and off. Or you can kind of explore the city. Excuse me. New York looks fucking gorgeous. If you're familiar with New York, even to a small degree, you'll recognize a lot of real actual places in this fucking map. The map is humongous, but a lot of places are blocked off via a red line, and it tells you you're not exiting the beta area. Turn back. You're given a lot of playground to play with, though. I'm noticing that I'm looking for things that make me want to say that the game stands out from other open world games, and I'm noticing that it's a mixture of turmoil, thugs running rampant, people trying to survive, side missions that have to do with taking out local gang leaders, thugs and shit like that, helping out what's left of the police or the militia, and the main storyline. And I'm doing side missions. I'm getting loot, and I'm liking the fact that every time I do a side mission, the loot's getting better and better. I'm liking the fact that the enemy AI, talks to the character, makes you feel like, they're in a sense threatening. I will say that my time in the beta, I felt that the AI was a bit easy. Now, this could be because that's just how the game's going to be, relatively easy till you get to higher levels, or it can be adjusted during the final product. But I was not satisfied with the difficulty of the beta. But I will say I did enjoy the difficulty of the beta. It wasn't hard, it wasn't challenging, but it was something. It's the Division shaping up to what I feel is going to be the kind of game where I come home from work, sit in the nice recliner behind me, pull up a beer, and just play a fucking game. Get on the earphones, play with some friends and shit. I doubt it will be a Game of the Year contender, and I doubt it will make waves, but it will probably do the same thing Destiny's doing. Destiny released, and it had kind of mixed reviews, but if you know anything about Destiny, you keep up with Destiny, you will be surprised to find out the game is doing quite well and has one of the largest communities on console right now. So the Division is looking to do the same thing, but from a third-person perspective, open world, and a co-op experience. And as I'm playing the game. I'm seeing other players. I open up the chat box, and everyone's pretty much just praising the game. How they're so happy that the beta on PC is running so flawlessly. You know, the only issues they're running into is your occasional lag spike, your little graphical glitches, which is common for beta. That's kind of the whole point of the beta. The beta never crashed though, which was fucking phenomenal. I thought that was awesome. And as I started doing main story missions. I started fucking with the side missions. Started gearing up my character. I started learning about the different types of currency in the game. And I realized that this is going to be a great, great co-op game because it's simple, but it takes what is well known in what gamers want in a good co-op experience game and just kind of polishes it up. You see, to be successful right now with any game, either your new IP is so fucking amazing from the get-go that all its originality will help it survive, or you take what people currently like, and that is quick, fun battles. People like the idea of looting and getting constantly better gear, right? And that's pretty much what saved Diablo 3 with the new loot 2.0, with the loot system 2.0. People like to play and constantly gear up, and that's the reason Destiny is so popular, because the game loot system is being revamped. So as you keep playing the game, and you can play every day, and you keep feeling like your character's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I'm playing the beta, and then during this beta, I kept feeling like every fucking instance my character was involved in, I kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger. The stat system for the beta I played seems to be pretty fucking simple. You got an offensive, not a skill tree. It's just when you equip something, there's three categories: DPS, your health, and your electronics. And electronics is basically your secondary ability. So let's say it's like when the beta, one of your secondary abilities was throw like a fucking grenade. And depending on what gear you have, you might sacrifice health for better electronics, making your secondary ability stronger when you lose health. Or you equip gloves, which magically make your DPS higher and your health real low. I have always been the glass kind of player. I like being able to kill things in a couple hits, and I sacrifice pretty much all my health doing that, and my character is running around where enemies can shoot me twice and I'll probably die. Or you got players out there that have more tanky approach, where they put on the magical surgical gloves when they gain 5,000 HP and their AK-47 doesn't do damage for shit. Other than that, like I said, it's a very simple approach to an open world co-op game. The beta makes it very clear how this game is going to play out. And in all my years playing games like these, and I really must say, like, I'm very satisfied with what I played. I enjoyed what I played. It wasn't overly complex. It wasn't overly, like, the game didn't try to be something ridiculously new, rather taking what people currently like with this generation of RPGs and shooters and making it into a smooth experience with co-op and main story. The Division will be an online game, all right? And to me, how can I put this? It's going to be similar to Demon's Souls and Dark Souls, and I've always described Demon's Souls and Dark Souls as a single-player game with multiplayer mechanics to enhance your single-player experience. And that's what the Division is going to be about. You can technically approach this game, because the way the game is being advertised, as a single-player approach, or you can enter matchmaking and do missions at a hard difficulty with a group of people. Obviously, when the game releases, there'll be raids, but you can still approach the game from a single-player approach. This is going to be, I feel, a great game. And I'm telling you all this just like playing a fucking beta, which I played for 2 days. That's how strong this beta was. I'm not saying the game's perfect. The game has its flaws. But what I am saying is I am looking forward to the Division. I am very satisfied with this beta. And congratulations, Ubisoft. You have kind of redeemed yourself in my eyes as a consumer, and not only as a gamer, but as a consumer. This is what you got to continue doing. There is nothing more satisfying to a gamer than playing a beta that feels like it's a near finished product. That's fucking fantastic. Keep it up. Catch you guys next video. Tell me what you guys think about this video. Deuces.